The first exorcism was scheduled for a Tuesday evening, just after sunset. They chose the Hollis home rather than a church. Maria refused to enter consecrated ground, becoming violently ill whenever they tried. Her body reacted before her mind had time to pretend. Vomiting, tremors, a sound like choking laughter trapped behind her teeth. Father Rourke arrived with Father Elias Moreno, a younger priest with formal training in pastoral psychology. 2 nuns were present as witnesses, along with Maria's parents and her brother, all instructed to remain silent no matter what they heard. Maria was seated in a wooden chair at the center of the living room. Her wrists and ankles were loosely bound, more symbolic than practical. She appeared calm, almost bored, her eyes fixed on the floor as if counting invisible cracks. Father Rourke began with prayer. At the first mention of Christ's name, Maria's breathing changed, slow at first, then irregular. Her shoulders stiffened, muscles tightening beneath her skin as though something inside her was pulling strings too hard. When Father Moreno sprinkled holy water across her forehead, Maria inhaled sharply. Her eyes opened. They were bloodshot and glassy, pupils dilated so wide the brown nearly disappeared. She smiled, not with her mouth, but with her eyes, as if amused by something only she could see. "That stings," she said pleasantly. "Do it again." Father Rourke continued reading. Latin filled the room, steady and deliberate. The candles flickered violently though no windows were open. The air grew thick, heavy with a smell like rust and damp soil. Maria's head tilted slowly to the side, neck cracking softly. Then she spoke. Her voice dropped, layered with another tone beneath it, deeper and vibrating through the floorboards. "You should not have brought him," she said, glancing toward Father Moreno. "He still dreams about the river." "The girl with the blue coat." Father Moreno froze. The prayer faltered for half a second before Father Rourke resumed. Louder now. Maria laughed. Her laughter stretched unnaturally long, echoing off the walls in overlapping rhythms. Her body began to shake, not violently, but rhythmically, as though responding to a pulse no one else could hear. "I remember when she let us in," the voice said. "She was 7. She prayed to be invisible." Maria's mother sobbed quietly. The temperature in the room dropped so quickly their breath became visible. One of the candles extinguished itself. Another bent sideways, flame crawling horizontally. Father Rourke commanded the spirit to identify itself. Maria's back arched sharply, binding, straining. Her mouth opened wider than her jaw should allow, skin pulling tight at the corners. "We are not one," the voice replied. "And we are not obliged to answer you." The minor exorcism ended less than 20 minutes later. Maria collapsed forward, unconscious, her body suddenly limp and heavy. The smell vanished. The air warmed. The candles steadied. Father Rourke knew then that they had made a mistake. Whatever resided inside Maria had not been challenged. It had been announced. That night Maria did not wake. She slept for nearly 12 hours, deeper than she had in months. When she finally opened her eyes, she was lucid, aware, and terrified. She begged them not to let the priests return. "It's angry now," she whispered. "It says you reminded it that doors exist." Over the next days, the activity escalated. Scratches appeared on the walls overnight, deep and parallel, carved into wood and plaster. Religious objects shattered without being touched. The radio turned on by itself at 3:17 a.m. every night, emitting static punctuated by faint murmuring voices. Maria stopped speaking almost entirely. When she did, it was to warn them. "Don't pray for me out loud," she said once. "It hears direction." Father Rourke petitioned the diocese for approval of a full exorcism. The request was denied. Psychiatric oversight was demanded. Medical evaluations resumed. Maria was hospitalized briefly, though no medication subdued the episodes. During one restraint, 3 orderlies were injured when Maria threw them across the room with a strength that fractured bone. Doctors stopped trying to explain it. The second petition was approved. The full exorcism was scheduled for the following month. Maria's condition worsened rapidly as the date approached. She began refusing water. Her skin grew pale and bruised easily, mottled with fingerprints no one could account for. She spoke in her sleep, entire conversations spilling from her mouth in different voices, arguing, pleading, laughing. Father Rourke recorded everything in his journal. He noted that Maria reacted violently to specific passages of scripture, particularly those concerning judgment and exile. He also noted that the entity or entities never reacted with fear, only irritation. The final exorcism began before dawn. This time, Maria was restrained securely, her body already trembling as the priests entered the room. Her eyes followed them constantly, tracking every movement with predatory focus. As the ritual began, Maria screamed, not in pain, in rage. Her body convulsed violently, bindings digging into flesh. Her head slammed backward against the chair again and again, yet she did not bleed. Her mouth filled with words that poured out in a language later identified as archaic Latin mixed with something older, something scholars could not place. Father Rourke commanded the presence to depart. Maria spat blood onto the floor. "You misunderstand," the voice said calmly. "This is not occupation. This is inheritance." The room shook. A crucifix tore itself from the wall and embedded into the opposite side with a sound like bone breaking. One of the nuns collapsed, whispering prayers through tears. Maria's eyes rolled back until only white showed. Her body went still. For a moment, Father Rourke believed it was over. Then Maria inhaled deeply and spoke again, softly in her own voice. "I can't feel my hands," she said. "They're taking them." The lights went out. In the darkness, something moved. Not Maria, something else. When the lights returned seconds later, Maria was unconscious. Her body twisted unnaturally in the chair. Restraints snapped clean through. The exorcism continued for hours. Prayers layered over screams. Commands answered with laughter. At one point, Maria named every person in the room and described how each of them would die. Some details were later proven accurate. When it ended, Maria lay still, breathing, alive, but empty. She died 3 days later from organ failure, her body unable to recover from the trauma. The official report cited exhaustion, dehydration, and stress-induced collapse. Father Rourke attended her funeral. As the coffin was lowered into the ground, he heard it, a whisper, familiar. Doors work both ways. He never performed another exorcism. Years later, the Hollis house was sold. New owners reported unexplained noises, whispered prayers echoing through empty rooms, and the sensation of being watched while asleep. At 3:17 a.m., the radio still turns on by itself. And sometimes, if the house is quiet enough, a voice can be heard praying in the dark, not asking for forgiveness, but permission.